And welcome KCIW listeners at 100.7 FM or online at kciw.org, Brookings, Oregon. Hi to our syndicated listeners at KZZH, 96.7 FM, Access, Humboldt, Eureka, California. And a special welcome to our listeners at KSKQ, 89.5 FM, Ashland, and 94.1 FM, Medford, Oregon. And hang in there, Ashland and Medford, because our guest speaker is in Ashland at this very second. So this is Joyously Free Radio with me, Joanie Lindenmeyer, the best-selling author of None Better, an amazing love story, and co-author of Joyously Free and Healing Religious Hurts. I'm so glad that you are tuning in today. So I'm a resident of Harbor, Oregon, a retired high school teacher, a recent author who has published 3 books in 2 years, created an audiobook, and with friend and film producer Mike Gorse, we just created the film Wowzer! It's a great documentary. Oh my gosh, there's so many things going on in life, but most of all, I love life. I love being the producer and host of this high-energy, joyously free radio show, so named by my friends Will and Viv. This show talks about LGBTQ plus stories and tips, along with religion, church, faith, spirituality, and joy. Yes, simply said, the purpose of the show is to share, radiate, and spread abundant joy and freedom. Hence the title, Joyously Free, which also happens to be my second book that I co-authored with Elizabeth Ann Atkins. So in this radio broadcast, just as in my everyday life, there is no hate speech, no hate behaviors, and no bullying. It will be blasted with the 3 C's of courage, confidence, and collaboration. And those definitely go with our guest speaker coming on. Are you getting the good feelings of who this might be today? Well, we're going to together sparkle and seek understanding, think out of the box or no boxes, be open-minded as an open parachute. And let's start it off with our daily salutation, something Carol and I did for 40 years every single day. I'll say, it's a brand new day, and you say it's never been lived before. So let's give it a try. It's a brand new day.
It's never been lived before.
Oh, my golly, oh, molly golly. I'm just going to say Jolie is waiting. I mean, some of you might already know that name, Jolie. But anyways, our special guest is just sitting a little bit away from us in Ashland, Oregon. So before we begin, let's open our hearts, ask the divine to shine light on our community and our world. I excitedly believe and hope in the power of the spiritual, and that Jesus, God's Spirit, whatever name you put on a higher being, is always with me and always with you. So we need not be troubled or afraid, saddened or depressed, that joy and peace are an internal expression. And lo and behold, we'll do that by centering ourselves. Let's take a deep breath in with the good and out with doubt. Again, relax. Breathe in through your nose with hope and out from your mouth with fears. And last one, take a big deep breath in with joy and out with worry or despair. And we say, hi God, hi Spirit, thank you for being with us today. The reading or the quote that I picked for today came from my reading this morning in my living room as I stared out and looked at my neighbor's ducks and chickens walking through the yard. And it's a quote from the Gospel of John, which is the Bible. And Jesus said to his disciples, "This is my commandment. Love one another as I love you. No one has greater love than this, than to lay down one's life for one's friends. For you are my friends." I love that. I love that. My commandment, love one another as I love you. And all I could think about were all the people in my life that I love and those that love me. And there's no greater love than this, to lay down one's life for somebody. And we do that in many ways, with our words, with our actions, with our feeding, with our housing, with being concerned about them and taking care of them. If somebody's dog is in the hospital in an emergency room, we're with them in spirit, and that's our connection. And that's going to come up in our thing today because, it just is. It just is. So that is my prayer for all of us today, that we lift up our friends and our family, that we receive divine guidance and healing, that we spread good vibes, and we do that all in the Lord's name. Amen. Oh my
Amen.
gosh. Thank you. Thank you, Jolie. And so everybody, yep, today is a really, really cool day because a friend of mine who lives in Ashland, Oregon, she is the president of the Southern Oregon Pride Organization. Actually, and that's her email too, if I remember, president at southernoregonpride.org, if I remember that correctly.
That is correct.
That is correct. That's cool. So let me introduce you, everybody, to Jolie Balocca. Did I pronounce your last name? I just call you Jolie.
Yeah. No, I know. Just Jolie, like Cher and Madonna, but it is Jolie Balocca.
Very good. Very good. And our topic today, listeners, is community love. How to make that happen, because it's freedom for all. That's what it is. That's what it is. So, Jolie, welcome to Joyously Free. How are you doing today?
I'm great, Joanie. Thank you so much for having me here. I'm absolutely thrilled to be part of your show. And anytime I get to share space with you, I know it's a good thing.
Oh, thank you. And likewise. And we just spent some time together just last week at the Prism event of bingo in sponsoring, and hoping and making some fundraising efforts for Southern Oregon Pride.
And that was certainly a fun time.
It sure was. It sure was. So, Jolie, before we jump into the Pride stuff, tell us a little about you personally. Family, where you lived, how long you lived in Ashland, a little bit of your background. Tell us about you. Who are you?
Who am I? Oh, well, I've lived in Ashland since I was 4 years old. My mom decided she didn't want to raise her child in a big city, so we moved up from Southern California, and we came to Ashland. Way back when, and when it was much smaller. And I grew up in Ashland. I lived in Ashland during my school months, and then I got to go hang out at the beach in Southern California and Disneyland during the summer. So I always say that I got the best of both worlds. I got exposed to different types of environments. And
From the mountains to the beach.
From the mountains to the beach, yeah.
Yes.
And I was raised by my mom, and she, here in Ashland, and she opened a vintage clothing store with 4 other women.
Oh.
So I always say it takes a village, and it does. So I was raised by these amazing, beautiful women in my life.
Oh, nice.
That I think helped promote who I am today, for sure.
Mm-hmm,
so I loved growing up here. It was great. I love this community. I've been in banking for quite a while, but
what do you mean by that? You're in banking?
I manage a bank in Ashland.
Okay, you're the manager, the bank manager. Awesome.
And so I grew up with a wonderful group of friends, and we grew up together, and there was never any judgment on who you were, who you loved, or what you wanted to be.
Nice.
And there was never any labels put on anybody. I really am grateful for how I was brought up. And I know it's not the same for everybody, but I try to promote that and share that love and understanding every day of my life. And I've always been a very safe space for everyone. And I grew up with just some beautiful people. So being part of Pride has enabled me to continue that and create even bigger, safer spaces for people, I guess I could say.
Awesome.
And celebrate everybody in their uniqueness and individuality, and love one another.
Awesome. Oh my gosh. And you exude that. You're not just saying those words, you exude that. Oh my gollies. Oh my golly. Well, we'll keep on going. So it sounds like a lot of that came from your mom and how you were raised and just living in Ashland itself with your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I've had, I think I've never, my best friends, that's just how I've been, what I was taught when I was young. We went on a trip to San Francisco, and my mom introduced me to her 2 male friends, and she said, this is Steve and this is he went by Lizard, and they're married.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, oh, they're two men and they're married. I was 7. She goes, yep. And I said, okay, because there was no question about it.
Right on.
That was just how it was. And so my mom accepted it. I accepted it. All of our friends accepted it. It wasn't an issue.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how it's been my whole, that's how it's been my whole life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a non-issue for me.
Right.
And, you know, I think if you raise your children that way and just, this is how it is, that's how it should be.
Right on. Right. That is awesome. That is awesome. What a great thing that your mom just emptied her life into your hands by teaching you what love is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it carried through. I have family members that are in the queer community, and just them being open when I was young and sharing their experiences with me and allowing me to be me. And, I have an aunt who later on in life came out and found her true self. It's just been beautiful to experience and see for her. My stepdaughter, watching her grow up and find her wife and their 2 beautiful children. I mean, I have a lovely queer community in my family and in my friends, and I love it. I love my community.
Awesome. Awesome. And so I can see that you probably have been to many, many prides, and then maybe that's why you're the president for the Ashland Pride this year. Is that true?
I have been to several Pride events. And I think for Southern Oregon Pride, it's been around for 16 years and was started by our Queen Mother, Gina DeCane.
Mm-hmm.
And just this last year, she decided that she wanted to step down because she's been doing it for 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
We love her. And she asked me if I would take over. And I'm not going to say no to Gina.
Good choice.
But also, I had been involved with the Pride Parade in Ashland for several years as a participant. And just within the last 3 years, I came on as a board member.
Oh.
And had been involved in the planning of our weekend and our festivities. And so it just kind of evolved from there.
Mm-hmm.
Gina approached me a few years ago and said, hey, do you want to be in the parade again? This is what we're doing, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh, yeah, absolutely. Have you done this? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? And I asked her all these questions. She's like, can we have a meeting? Maybe you want to be on the board.
Wise Gina on that one.
So absolutely love being part of the Southern Oregon Pride and everything that we do. Southern Oregon Pride, we are a nonprofit organization. We are volunteer ran. Everything we do by a choice on our own time. We don't get paid. We run on donations only. It's a full act of heart, passion, and soul. I have an amazing board that works with me to do all of this planning and crazy event. And we love it. My vice president, Stan Jensen, couldn't be here today because we are supporting him right now because he is the one that has a dog that's in possibly emergency surgery. So we're sending our love to you, Mr. Stan, and to little Miss Mischievous Elsa is what we call her. So.
Okay. Yeah. Lots of blessings and healing.
Lots of blessings to her.
Mm-hmm.
But Southern Oregon Pride, we do our big event in October every year because October is National Coming Out Month, and it's Queer History Month.
Right.
So we celebrate that. And we also wanted to have our event when the university students would be around to attend. So that gives everyone a chance to be here. And, I think Pride isn't just celebrated, should not just be celebrated the month of June. It should be celebrated every day. And as we say, we keep the party going all year round.
Absolutely. If you were here, I'd be giving you high fives, high tens, and just swirl around. Yep. It's a 24/7, 365 event.
Yeah, absolutely. So this year we're doing our event is going to be bigger and better, and just we are so excited for it. It's going to be a 3-day event. We're having it the third weekend in October. It's going to be Friday, October 16th. We're having a huge dance party at the Ashland Armory. It's called Queer Euphoria, and we're going to have amazing music with DJ, drag performances, activities, all sorts of fun stuff. That's going to be for an 18 plus crowd. And then, of course, Saturday morning, October 17th, we're having our parade that goes down Main Street in Ashland. That starts at 12 o'clock. We're doing it a little bit later this year. And it's going to end up in Lithia Park at the band shell, where we'll have all of our vendors, artisans, resources available. We'll have some food trucks. We'll have entertainment in the band shell. More dancing, more celebrating, more party. We're just going to keep it going. And then on Sunday, the 18th, we're going to do at Pascal Winery, we'll have Miss Jackson is going to be doing her Diva Drag Brunch, which is a fantastic show. If you haven't seen it, you need to see her. She's amazing.
Yes.
And also October 11th, the Sunday before our big Pride Festival, we are kicking it all off with No Hate. If you're not familiar with No Hate, they're another charitable organization that promotes marriage, gender, and human equality through education and advocacy. And they're coming to do a photo shoot at the Columbia Hotel. So that is absolutely wonderful. We're excited to have them come as well. And just stay tuned, because I have a feeling there's going to be more things popping up.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah. So basically, you better have October set aside for you to have a good time for straight and gay people, but it's a celebration for all, and it's a definite celebration for the queer community.
100%.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yes.
So again, those dates are October
16, 17, and 18.
Awesome. And oh my gosh, Jolie, where can somebody go to find all of this out? Do you have a website? Do you have links? What do you have that you can provide with us?
So we have our new website is going to be www.southernoregonpride.org. You can follow us on Instagram at So Pride Festival, and Facebook at So Pride. And so Stan, my amazing VP and social media guru, is just doing a fantastic job posting all of our activities. And so definitely follow us on the socials and keep up to date on what's going on.
Right on. And that means anything from a vendor to an entertainment to if you want to make a donation or you want to get involved, that's where you find the information. So Pride.
Absolutely. We're currently taking application for vendors, and we always need volunteers. We love it. We call them our volunqueers. We have these beautiful pink vests that you get to wear.
I love it.
So if you are interested, please reach out. We would love to have you.
Right on. Oh, that's fantastic. We just had our Pride here in Brookings, Oregon, and it was incredible. I think I'm still recouping from it, but just so much fun. Yes. So, it
Awesome.
sounds like you have a lot of hopes and dreams going around how you can make the community stronger and bigger and better. Is that what I'm hearing from you as well?
100%. That is definitely one of our goals. I've been working with the businesses in Ashland. I have a sticker program where I have these the pride flag stickers that says so proud to support So Pride, all are welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm giving those out to businesses that are welcoming and friendly for all to come. We're going to be having a shopping guide on our site so that people can feel safe wherever they go and can feel welcome and feel supported. We're partnering and collaborating with other nonprofits in the area. Rogue Trans is a big one for us. We love Maeve, and we're going to be doing some event collaborations with her as well as others.
Right on.
So,
right on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. And of course, you have the university.
Yeah, absolutely. The university. We're always looking for ways that we can, looking for suggestions. Some people say we need more queer events in the community. Some people say they just need to feel safer. Whatever it is, we're open and we want to help promote that in any way that we can.
Awesome. 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 Oh, thank you for doing so much, Jolie. And I don't know, how would you describe the Ashland community right now today regarding safe places and celebratoriness for queers?
Overall, I think everyone that it's downtown in Ashland, it feels pretty safe. I think it depends where you go or who you talk to, you might get a different answer. But I've had so much positive reinforcements from people that say they want to participate in anything that I've brought to them, that they want to be supportive. They want to support the queer community. They want to be involved and are open and willing to doing different things. So I'm feeling very hopeful.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. Awesome. Well, in your whole Rogue Valley, you have the Eclipse Theater and Lounge. You have the Prism Theater and Lounge.
Yes.
You have Pascal Winery. You have all the businesses that support. You have churches that support. I think of the UCC and the Presbyterian and the Unity and the Episcopal.
Yeah.
And it's a way of life, almost like you described with you and your mom growing up, and how your mom introduced you to two men that were married. It's just a normal part of life.
It is. And I think there's just more and more people out there that are just, they get it.
Exactly. And there really is no division. It is all about human love. And that's what you talked about at the very beginning. It's love. It's freedom. It's love.
Mm-hmm.
It's love.
It's love.
Yes.
It is.
So this is your first year as president, taking it over from Gina. And I hope Gina is super excited with you taking over this role.
Well, yes, I think she is. I'm in touch with Gina all the time and keeping her updated on all of our events and the things that we're doing. And she's always very excited to hear about it and loving it all. She's still in an advisory role on our board. So we can always reflect back with Gina and say, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And she's, like I said, she's our queen mother. We'll never lose Gina. Right on.
Oh, that's great. Jolie, how about giving a shout out to some of your board members by name or anybody else?
Absolutely.
We've got about a minute and a half. But let's give some shout outs to your wonderful board and people.
I do have the best board ever. I have my vice president is Stan Jensen. He's local too. We have very parallel lives, and he grew up in the Rogue Valley as well.
Mm-hmm.
I've got my secretary, Catherine Greenspan.
Woohoo!
She's just brilliant in all things.
Also known as my publisher and editor, Yahoo.
Yes. Sean Smith, who never fails to make me laugh. He's our treasurer.
Yep.
our sweet, sweet Serena,
Yes.
who I don't know she just brings light into the world every day. And that's, I think we've got everybody.
I think you did. Well, what a great way that we can end the show, by shouting out their names and saying thank you to them for what they do and who they are. It's so diverse. Jolie, you have been phenomenally what do I want to say, articulate as well as energized today for the radio show of Joyously Free. I want to thank you from the top of my heart for coming on radio to doing this. And I will be there at Ashland Pride. I will be seeing you. And I have some ideas I'd like to carry over with you. So I'll be talking to you.
100%. I love that. Yeah.
Right on.
Thank you.
Right on. Well, let's thank the listeners on the gorgeous coast of Southern Oregon and Northern California for tuning in today. We hope you've been inspired or challenged or have lived up to the hopes and joys and love that Jolie and I experience. We want to give our team right here in KCIW in Brookings, Oregon, Mike Gorse on sound, Tom Bozak, Candace, and Rose for making all this happen. All the listeners at KCIW, KZZH, and KSKQ, thank you for tuning in. And of course, this doesn't happen if you don't have sponsors. So Steve Van Cleve, Sally and Todd Roy, thank you for sponsoring Joyously Free. We hope everybody has learned something today and mark their calendars for a great time in Ashland. So pride. And let's end it with smile big and wear bright colors. This is your day. Thank you, Jolie.
Thank you, Joanie. Thank you, everyone.
Love you, love you.